In this short mindful teaching, you will learn how to stop unnecessary thinking and return to the present moment. This simple awareness practice helps you release mental pressure, relax your body, and discover calm in daily life.
It is enough to keep only the thoughts that are relevant to this very moment *, within this very moment, only if they are truly needed. If they are not needed, what is truly valuable is the ** space in which there are no thoughts *. Within the life you are living right now, at any given moment, you may be sitting, standing, walking, or changing your posture. You may be engaged in some activity. At that moment, only the thoughts that are genuinely required for what you are doing are needed, and in most situations, even those are not necessary. In other words, we fill most of our inner space with unnecessary thoughts, thoughts that are not required for this moment. Then there is another habit we have. We use the present moment to plan. Whether we are sitting or standing, again and again, this is what we usually do. Either there is fear or anxiety about the future, or disappointment, regret, and memories about something that happened in the past. Sometimes in some people's minds, even a song is playing. That means we keep recalling something and thinking, that is better than this moment. That thought is better than this moment. Another very common habit is picking up the phone. At that moment, it is not actually necessary. But we feel that it is better than this moment, that it gives us more satisfaction than what is happening right now. So the practice you need to cultivate is to ask, in this moment, do I really need this thought now? Do I really need this mental activity now? This does not mean that you should never plan or think about what needs to be done in the future. It simply means that there is no need to do it all the time. In most situations, it is not necessary. In fact, in about 99.9% of moments, it is not necessary. If you need to plan something, you can take a piece of paper and a pen and do it. Or you can do it in your mind if needed. But there is no need to keep going over it again and again. Thinking about it now and then again later. Thinking about it while eating, while bathing, and while traveling. That is not necessary. To put this more practically, we usually carry a constant fear. The fear that I must plan, I must think analytically, I must think logically and carefully in order to survive and manage my life. Because of that, the mind keeps telling us that every single moment must be used for planning. So what do? Even when we are lying down comfortably, resting freely and peacefully, even at those relaxed moments, we get caught by that voice of the mind. We become trapped by it, even though in that moment those thoughts are not needed at all. You may be in your room, on your bed, or sitting on a chair. In a moment when you are simply resting freely and calmly. Yet your mind tells you, plan that, think about this, think about those problems, think about that pressure. It makes you feel that you cannot live without solving them right now. That you cannot relax. That you cannot become calm unless you first solve them. And the place it keeps pushing you into, in the name of finding solutions, is an endless chain of thoughts. One thought following another without any end. So what happens then? You fill your mind with thoughts that have nothing to do with this moment, nothing to do with these four walls, or with the space you are in right now. And then you begin to live only from the head, from the mind. From that point on, even if your body is lying on the bed, even if your body is physically relaxed and the place you are in is very comfortable, the mental momentum, the speed of thoughts, gradually begins to stimulate and agitate the body itself. So you are not really in this moment at all. And because of that, you do not experience real calmness or true relaxation. This does not happen only when you are trying to rest. It also happens while you are walking, while doing your work, while sitting at your work desk, during meetings, and even at home when you are with your spouse and children. In those moments too, you use the present moment to think about what has to be done next, to plan, to worry, to struggle, and to create a small amount of mental pressure. If you look carefully, what is really happening then is only that you are satisfying a habit of the mind. It is not that you are receiving genuinely creative answers, truly fresh and intelligent solutions to your problems, to what needs to be planned, to what you are trying to escape from, or to the difficulties you are facing. We are simply thinking out of habit. So what you need to do is to allow answers to arise from a clean and clear state, from spaciousness, from thoughts that come out of open awareness. And that becomes possible by maintaining spaciousness, by maintaining the gap between thoughts. A very simple practice for this is to keep asking yourself again and again, at this moment, for my existence right now, for my body being here right now, whether I am sitting, standing, walking, working, talking, or being with my family. Are these thoughts truly necessary now? Do I really need to think about this right now? Or what are the only thoughts that are actually needed at this moment? When you keep asking in this way, you will begin to see that, in most moments, you hardly need thoughts at all. What you really have is your breathing. Clear awareness of the breath. Awareness of the inner body. The subtle sensations felt inside the body. And the simple seeing of what is right in front of you, without needing to label anything. As I mentioned earlier, our body has been trained to live with a conditioned mind, with an old programmed mind. Because of that, the body does not truly relax. There is always a slight pressure, a subtle tension being maintained within the body. Even in a very busy workplace, even while you are actively doing your job, you can inwardly say, "My body does not need to be tense right now. I do not need this feeling. I do not need this tension. I do not need these unnecessary thoughts at this moment." If you are doing something, planning something, or working with a tool, then it is enough to take only the thoughts that are necessary for that task, only at that time. That is when spaciousness and clarity naturally arise. Now someone may wonder, then when do I think about my problems? When do I look for solutions? The remarkable nature of this practice is this. Your brain, the human brain, is truly extraordinary. It is conscious by nature. But most of the time, we are running on programs. This powerful brain has the ability to bring you exactly the thoughts you need, at the exact time you need them, and to guide you step by step. If you allow conscious awareness to lead. If you continue to live only through old habits and unconscious conditioning, that support does not become available to you. This is something that is understood not by explanation, but by direct experience. Once you experience it even once, you begin to realize, why was I thinking about this all the time? Thinking constantly does not actually give me any special answer. It does not give me a clear or extraordinary solution. My problems are not resolved by that habit of thinking. But when you train your mind to stay conscious, it begins to remind you naturally. Now is the moment to think about this. Then your thinking happens from clarity, from spaciousness, from stillness. That is why in this practice you need genuine self-confidence. True confidence means being willing to take a small inner risk. That risk is this. The mind keeps telling you to think, worry, struggle, and mentally work on your problems. But you take a positive risk and say, right now in this place, whether I am sitting, standing, walking, talking, or working in this moment, I do not need those thoughts. When they are truly needed, guidance will arise naturally from conscious awareness itself. This is what real self-confidence is. It is a deep trust in conscious presence. A strong inner certainty that who you truly are is this awareness. Then you will begin to receive small experiences. And